Hello, I am super, super excited to be back here with Brooke, who I spoke to a couple of weeks ago when she was preparing for the Late Late Show. And now I am super excited to introduce you to Ireland's 2022 Eurovision representative. Woo! So, first of all, huge, huge congratulations on your performance. It was amazing. And on winning well, everything, but particularly the public vote and the international jury vote.
Cool.
Huge congratulations.
Thank you so much. Like, as you say, they're the two that you want. Like, they really, really are. And I suppose it just goes to say that if the public have your back, then you literally can't go wrong.
Absolutely. Have you felt that since winning? Have you felt the sort of public support behind you?
100%. Like, the first vote that came through was the international vote. And getting that was really cool. You know, I'd got like the international support through Twitter and stuff, but it reinforces that whenever you get it from people like, you know, who are at the top of like
Absolutely.
of the. So whenever I got that, it was like, wow, my song might actually have a chance of contending here or even get qualifying for the final. Like, you know, like that, them thoughts go through your head. And then I got the 4 from the and I was like, oh God, don't get ahead of yourself. It was good. Yeah. It was humble. It was good.
And then the public vote all came through and here we are.
It was so funny. I couldn't count. Like, obviously I thought I was done at that stage. I was like, there's no chance I can do this. And then I was looking over at Ronan, who's beside me, and I was like, what does it mean? Because it was coming up to like 8s and 10s. And he was like, I can't count. I was like, and then I looked over at like the RTE like producers, and they are holding the clipboard, like nodding, being like, yeah, it was so cool.
Amazing. So yeah. What's happened since? What have you been doing? I sort of imagine it's probably become absolutely manic and absolutely crazy. So
in every way. So like I'm doing like tours of different countries and obviously doing events and stuff like to promote my song in different areas. I just done one on the Canary Islands, and it was like 6 a.m. and I just went up to check in my bag and the girl was like, yeah, passport. And then I handed it over and I was just sitting there like, you know, just tired and stuff for the flight. And then she like passed me back. She's like, there's your passport and good luck in the Eurovision. I was like,
oh, that's so lovely.
It was insane. And the people on the plane like beside me were like, I heard you on Radio Ulster. So cool. And then I was on a boat, and a bunch of girls who just finished uni came over and were like, are you Brooke? I was like, yeah. I was like, what's going on?
Oh, that's so exciting.
I know.
Does it feel different from sort of when you were on The Voice and things like that? Has the sort of level of recognition changed?
100%. I feel like there's a different level of prestige behind the Eurovision, and people who are in Eurovision are into it. Like, we actually like the difference in recognition is different because I was only at home whenever The Voice was on. There was the pandemic struck, and I was right in the middle of it. So once The Voice was over, I came home and there was no way of making money or performing in any way apart from virtual things, which you can't get the same level of feedback or experience from that. So it was definitely different having an audience on the Late of like the first time in years for me. And then like I just had to get a job after The Voice because there was literally no way. I just wrote songs and then worked.
Yeah.
Like at 5. And now it's like I had to quit that job, and now it's like the world that I'm living is the world that I always wanted to be, and I haven't taken a second of it for granted.
Amazing. That was actually something I was going to ask you. Like you were saying that you'd had this job, an estate agent job, if I remember rightly. How have your colleagues reacted?
Okay, I just sent flowers in and went for lunch. Someone was like, she was like crying. She's like, oh, I don't want you to leave, because I loved it. Like, I love working. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like, I love working. I worked in the shop and in Blythe, and I just love talking to people. Now, mind you, they were happy when I left because my line was like so long because I was talking to everybody for like 5 minutes. But I just love being busy, and I was so grateful to them for, you know, giving me the job, like, and knowing that I would have commitments with music.
Yeah, amazing. So you've mentioned sort of all your sort of international visits, and you're performing at Eurovision in concert in Amsterdam. You're doing the Barcelona pre-party, which is amazing. What else do the next few months have in store for you? What's your sort of schedule looking like? What are rehearsals looking like? What have you got to do?
Ooh,
What's the sort of process like?
The process is crazy. It's like there's so much documentation. You have to have everything, basically everything. Obviously, you can go off different plans, like minorly, but you have to have every stage set, dance set, like routine where you're moving on the stage by March. Like it's so everything's all go. It has been all go between Emer, my choreographer, RT, wardrobe. We've got loads of stuff planned. Like I'm going to Dublin on Thursday, and I think that'll be a really good test of where we're at, and, you know, getting a lot of stuff done, because of course you can do stuff over Zoom and that, but it's different being in the room. The intensity is a lot different and you get more done, but we're really we're ahead at this stage, and just keeping on top. Once you take your foot off the gas and you come up and you have to do something, it's like, oh God. You can't take your eye off the ball for 1 minute, or else things will get on top of you. So it's intense, but I love it. I absolutely love it.
Amazing. So in terms of your preparation and things like that, what can we expect you to keep from the Late Late Show staging, and what could we expect to change? I don't know how much you're allowed to tell us. Any gossip at all?
So obviously performing on the Late Late is going to be massively different to performing on the stage. Now, stage in the RT is 6x4, like it was minuscule, like tiny, and we had to accommodate for that. I also had to accommodate for an Irish contemporary audience, because the age that watches that show is maybe like middle-aged plus, or else, you know, like, you know, it was a family oriented performance, whereas this time I feel like I can definitely break the barriers down into more punk, like a bit more edgy.
Like, exciting.
You can imagine, let your imagination go wild. Do you know what I mean?
Excellent.
It's definitely going to be a lot more me. Like the pajama party, I loved. There was no risk there at all, but I love risks, and I feel like definitely need to take them in order to surprise people and get people's attention in May.
Amazing. And I assume you've seen all the staging, the plans for what the stage is going to look like, all of the sort of platforms and the waterfall and the spinning circles and everything. Are you planning on making any use of any of those features? Of course.
Awesome.
Now, that's exciting.
Thursday is my first day with my dancers. I'll be going down. I'm going to increase the amount of dancers that I have. Girl power. We want to make,
of course.
So I'll know more on Thursday about what we're doing, because I find it hard to visualize through a screen. Like we talk about it and we talk, but it's not until you're in the room when I do my best work and like I can really grasp the concept. But we know exactly what we're doing, and the stage is like, a lot of people are obsessed with it, and a lot of people are like, you know, changing their minds about it, which is great and interesting. But you're gonna get that. Everything's subjective. But I think it's class. I think it's so cool.
It's really, there's so many features to sort of make use of, and it's really exciting to see how people are going to sort of play around with them.
Yeah, like I expected the LED screens, I expected something like that, like maybe being on the floor. That was like what I thought of. Never thought of a feature or anything like that. No.
And then the green room is all a garden and all of that. And it's going to be beautiful. Cool. So speaking of, this is a segue. Speaking of people you're going to be in the green room with, obviously since you've been chosen, there have also been a lot of other acts that have also been selected. So have you been engaging with any of the other songs or any of the other artists, or are you sort of trying to keep in your own sort of zone, basically?
So I've been watching, like following the updates coming through from like Eurovision itself and wee blogs about who's been selected. But I want to get my concept down first before I make any interaction, because I don't friends. Like, I think it'll be the coolest mix of people and friends in every different country in the world. Would be amazing. I definitely feel like I'm not a big texter. I have massive WhatsApp like chats not open. Like, my friends hate me. Like, they're like, right, I'll tell you what we discussed there because you're not going to read it. But I love meeting people. Like, I love meeting people, and I think the green room will be the coolest thing in the world. Obviously, I have favorite songs that I've heard, but in terms of engaging with anyone, I haven't made the move yet. I feel like when I go to them events, like them concerts, we booked way more than just Amsterdam and everything else. By the way, like we're gonna go full hog here.
Oh, excellent.
I think that'll be so. Yeah, I just feel like you just need to branch out, like to make an impression on people, like show how interested you are. Like, I'll take every opportunity. Oh, hey, kitty.
Hello, kitten. Here is kitten.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she goes.
But
awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really focused on making friends. I felt like in the RT, I've got really pressurized by the whole situation. Like, you know, we were in the green room from ignore that. That's just my morning. Yeah, that comes up every time I do these, right? So we were in the green room the whole way through the show. So we didn't leave the green room. Very high pressure situation. Everyone was so many meters apart from each other. It was so weird and wrong. I just didn't enjoy it. No one was really enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
But when I left, that we done a dress rehearsal, we left and went to a pub and got like a burger.
Oh,
and
amazing.
Wanted out of that environment just to, you know, go back to normal. And then that's when I started to enjoy every second. Like, you can see I was not nervous going out to that, like to perform
not
at
all
time of my life, and I was itching to get out onto the stage. But there was them high pressure environments can get to you, and I think it's important not to get bogged down in it and to make friends, because at the end of the day, you meet everybody on the way up and the way down, so it's important.
Definitely. You did say that you had listened to a couple of the other songs though, so which other songs are you really into so far this year?
This is so funny, but do you know the Spain one that didn't win about Ay Mama?
Oh yes,
I can't
banger.
stop
Absolute banger.
Oh, it's so good. Like, it's so good, and I only realized what the words meant.
It's a great message.
Amazing. And yes, I know, of course, maybe it didn't win, but I still made an impression on me, and I can't stop listening to it. Now,
fantastic.
The Swedish one with the bananas.
Oh, the Norwegian one.
Norwegian, sorry.
Oh, what a banger.
I can't stop watching that. It's so funny, like the choreography and everything. That's why I love Eurovision. Like, it's weird and wonderful, and everybody can watch and be amazed and still appreciate the madness. Like, I just can't wait to see all the entries. I'm gonna wait and go through them all. But obviously, I love Slow Mo. I just love her. I think she's iconic.
She's incredible.
Yeah, incredible performer wise. And then Mahmoud,
I know.
Unbelievable.
What a voice.
See all the different countries, like and their styles. You know, it's good to incorporate their own styles from their own regions and cultures and stuff. And I think it's amazing. It'll be such a brilliant variety of people. And I'll just be sitting there probably on my rollerblades, like just well, what's crack? No, I love rollerblades in general. Did I give away a clue? Who knows?
Maybe. So Megan Trainor was obviously your coach on The Voice. Has she given you any advice, or did she give you any advice while you were on The Voice that's really stuck with you?
Megan was amazing. Like, I'm not saying that. I could text her now and she's just always responding. Like, we're friends. It's not really like, it was never a mentor, coach, judge kind of role. It was friendship. She was so good. And I suppose there was one situation in The Voice, which was the battle, which is where you're paired up with someone in your team, you sing against each other to survive, basically. And that's not a nice feeling. It's not an organic situation. You wouldn't do that in life. So I was paired with Jordan, and we were like really friendly. And I really struggled with that. Like, I hated the whole thing. And she just, like, after that, it kind of shook my confidence a wee bit going into the next round after I won, because it's just so, you felt nasty. Even though you did get picked, it's just not a nice feeling about yourself. And she just said, stop doubting yourself. Like, yes, it was an awful situation, but stop doubting yourself. She says, me and my family always touch their fingertips and say, I'm one in a million, not one out of a million. Like, I'm one in a million. There's a reason for me to be like, here, and just touch yourself and say, I'm the one. Like, so that's what she says.
I'm gonna try that one if I ever need it in the future.
It's lovely. Like, just say, why not me? Like, it's the same way you walk into your room. Like, everyone's equal. You can't like be intimidated by somebody, or if you do, then they're not the right person to be around because they have a higher opinion of themselves. So you treat everybody the same, and that'll do you wonders and favors in the world.
Awesome. So obviously it's going to be a long few months and a very busy few months.
Mm-hmm.
What are you most excited about, and what are you most nervous about?
You're gonna hate me, but I literally can't wait to do the concerts in different countries.
No, I don't hate you at all. I think I can imagine just how exciting that would be.
Oh, like, we're literally talking about going to Israel this morning, and I'm like,
oh my God, that's so exciting.
I would die. I literally, I am obsessed with, this whole trip is going to be insane. Like, so far we're talking about Amsterdam, Madrid, Barcelona, Berlin, London, and then Israel.
Wow.
That's a great bunch of countries, if you ask me.
Yeah. Are there places on there that you've never been to before? Because I know you said on Twitter you've never been to Amsterdam before.
Never been to Israel, never been to Madrid. Oh. I've been to Barcelona, but I booked everywhere because I had a bad Chinese. So my experience is skewed a wee bit, but that was completely my fault. I either overate, I completely, like, the dish just came out right as I'd ate it. Like, you could have put it on a plate again. It was perfect. I know it's rotten, but it's true. So that I was only literally in Barcelona for like 1 night and 2 days. So that's what happened. So I would love to go again and have a more experienced view of the place. I just love cultures, and I love people, and the people that I'm gonna get to meet is crazy, and the experience, like, that's once I've got to sing in front of people in 2 years, and now I'm gonna get to sing in front of crowds of people in different countries. And I think Amsterdam's a stadium. Like,
it is, it's huge. I've never been, but I really want to go at some point. And it just looks like such a great crowd, and such a loving crowd to perform in front of.
That's lovely. Really lovely.
It should be really exciting.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Amazing. And final question. So if you were to have a day off at any point in this sort of process, what would your dream day off look like?
In a country, or in any country, or just...
any country? Say you are wherever you are at a given time. So maybe you're in Barcelona, or you're in Berlin, or you're just at home. What would you want to do with your time off?
I am a sucker for a karaoke bar.
Excellent.
A sucker. I love them.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
That's a good one. Cher, Believe.
Nice.
Love her.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us again. It has been amazing. I wish you so much luck for everything that is coming up for you, all your preparations and concerts and rehearsals, and maybe we'll see you in Turin in person. That would be cool. I hope so.
Right, well, really our point of it.
Yes, that would be amazing. And from me and everyone at that Eurovision site and everyone watching, we wish you the absolute best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you later.
Bye.